Hey, what's up, guys? It's Clint, and welcome back to Goth 90s episode of Versus. I'm your host, Clint Baker, but I'm not doing this show alone. Oh, no. I've got my broham, my sad friend, Curtis Baker, in the house. And I've got another friend named Michael Navarrete in the house, too.
What's up?
But before we do that, guys, I'm going to look at these subjects today. 90s goth episode, The Craft versus The Crow. All right. Well, let's get the people in here. Boom! Holy smokes! Curtis Baker and
You need to change that to Moonblade.
Moonblade, is it?
Moon Knight.
I feel like I should sing I am human and I need to be loved. All right, man, what a good time.
Don't make me smile, Clint. Don't make me smile.
Do you have fishnet gloves? Come on, dude.
No, but I have sock sleeves.
All right.
Okay, look, I'm into it. Look, my nails painted. Look,
That's
oh.
what I'm That's why
There you go,
that's
Mike.
why you're here.
I did that on purpose. I knew we were doing this later. So.
That is why you're here. Well, man, holy smokes. Let's see who's in the chat. Who is in the chat, guys? How are you doing? Where are my chat people at? Where my chat at? Holy, I'm loving the face paint. What face paint? This is just our normal wear around the house, you know?
This is life. This is death. Deal with it.
Gotta do something real quick. Bother me.
Uh-oh. Whoops. Sorry about that.
EJ says this will be good. Versus, I love both. I like both movies. This episode's not about liking and or good.
It's about feeling.
Deep, dark feelings.
There we go. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, now we're
Perfect.
fixed.
Perfect.
All right, I'm loving the face paint, says Jedi Master EJ. All right. Well, sweet. Well, we are doing two fantastic 90s movies this week. We're all discombobulated. We've been streaming for hours on the other show. Thanks for everybody who stuck around and came back, Michael.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Two fantastic movies. The Craft. The Craft and the Crow. I was having technical difficulties. Sorry about that, guys. The Craft and the Crow. Two fantastic movies that remind me of high school. And holy crap, I when we talked about doing this, I was like, dude, are you really? And then I said, man, that's a great idea. So we're gonna go over the two synopsises really quick. Yes, I said synopsises. Synopsi. Yeah. So let's talk about The Craft. After transferring to a Los Angeles high school, Sarah, who's played by Robin Tooney, I always thought it was Tooney, but it looks like Tunney.
I think it's tuning.
I think it's Tooney also, finds that her telekinetic gift appeals to a group of 3 wannabe witches who happen to seek a 4th member for their rituals. Bonnie, who's played by Neve Campbell, Rochelle, who's Rachel True, and Nancy, who is Fairuza Balk, my favorite.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Like Sarah herself, all have troubled backgrounds, which combined with their nascent powers lead them to dangerous consequences. When a minor spell causes a fellow student to lose her hair, the girls grow power mad. That's right, they go crazy with power.
That's a good way to put it. Let me kind of
That's one way.
That wraps it up.
Chloe, how are you doing? How are you doing, Chloe?
Got face paint on as well.
Fun, Chloe? Chloe, you having a good time? Are you having fun? Huh? What are you doing, Chloe? Yeah? Did you watch The Crow? Yeah? Did you watch The Craft? Chloe, did you watch The Craft? Did you watch The Craft, Chloe? Did you watch it? Okay, yeah, she watches all the movies.
That's what that was. That's
Chloe?
what she said.
All right.
Chloe, you're doing a great
moving
job.
forward.
Star of the show.
So that's that movie. That movie was man. The Craft was a fun movie. I haven't seen it since the '90s, since it came out, and I really enjoyed the movie. I mean, it definitely is a '90s movie, but it was fun, and it gave me some high school flashbacks, and I had a great time. Curtis, you're really getting into that makeup over there.
He's loving it.
I loved both movies for different reasons. These were very different movies.
They all had that angst
They had
feel, though.
they had definitely had angst. The Craft was like watching Mean Girls or a movie like that, except something I noticed is that they're rude. Like their version of being like a bad girl, like da-na-na-na-na, like witches, was being rude to everyone. They would go into a shop and be like, "Hey, welcome to blah blah blah." They'd be like, "Can I have that over there?" You know, like they were rude everywhere
Call
they
this
went.
a
And then
Snickers.
they'd
Yeah. I noticed that in that movie. I'm like, these girls are jerks. Like everything they do, they're jerks. Hi, Chloe.
Why is everyone treating us so bad? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe because you're being an asshole.
Because you're a bunch of assholes. Yeah, they were assholes. The whole movie is really bizarre. But let's talk about the Crow now. A whole new synopsis, more synopsi.
You want to get? Can I do a guest reading?
Do
of the,
a guest reading,
I'd love
please.
to. I'd love to give this a shot. Cold reading.
Read.
The night before his
Reading is
wedding,
life.
musician Eric Draven, played by Brandon Lee, and his fiancee, uncredited, are brutally murdered by members of a violent inner city gang. On the anniversary of their death, Eric rises from the grave and assumes the gothic mantle of the Crow, a supernatural avenger. Trademark. Tracking down the thugs responsible for the crimes and mercilessly murdering them, Eric eventually confronts head gangster, Top Dollar, Michael Wincott, to complete his macabre mission. The Crow. Was it?
That was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
up.
it.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's not fair that they didn't give the fiance the actress. a
Yeah.
name.
Yeah,
Well, they
she-
just could have said super hot girl, like
Yeah, well, you know,
I mean, she was definitely a hot girl. Are you talking about Sophia Shinas?
Shanaz?
Shinas?
Rochelle Davis. That was the girl, right? Sarah,
That's Sarah. That was the little girl.
right? The little girl.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Brandon Lee still looks great.
Brandon Lee. Yeah. Sophia Shinas. I think this is an updated picture. Ernie Hudson is in this movie. He was my favorite part. I'm like, hell yeah! Anytime I see a Ghostbuster,
Yeah.
I'm happy. Micah eating eyeballs. I don't know about that girl. I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little weird.
Bai Ling. Yeah. Okay.
By
I don't know. I'm kind of into it, to be honest.
She was supposed to be in Star Wars, wasn't she? But they cut her.
is that
Was that her?
real?
Was that her? No.
I don't know. They're like, you
What?
make out with your brother and eat eyeballs.
That's right.
no, I'm just saying.
They were siblings, weren't they?
They were they were brother
Oh,
sister.
man.
Yeah, they're like making out the whole time. They're like, hey,
Ahead of its
Half.
time.
They were
Let's-
half.
let's
yeah,
make them brother.
Bai Ling was in Star Wars, but she was cut.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're,
wow.
they're like, hey, let's make them siblings, and then we'll make them make out, and it'll be like 90s cringe shock stuff.
Oh,
And like
it's
people
like-
would be like, oh, that makes them creepier. If you like, that's so old school. That's like where like Angelina Jolie made out with her like stepbrother
Oh,
or something,
I
like
think they were related.
yeah, like half brother or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Ahead of its time still. It's like,
yeah.
I'm planning a
Yeah,
mass murder.
You
It's
say
like,
that. You say that. But at the same time, Clueless came out in the '90s, and she fell in love with her stepbrother, and it was the best movie in the fucking history of the world.
That's
so
true. You know what? This has
I'm
been
just saying.
ingrained in our culture for
And
a
you-
long time now.
Yeah,
apparently.
you wonder where all that step sibling porn comes from. There you go.
Yikes.
Hashtag '90s.
It's like, I'm planning a mass murder. Step
To-
bro, what are you doing?
Tony
Mass
Todd,
murder.
is that the same guy that plays Candyman?
That's Candyman. Yeah.
Yeah,
Candyman.
that's
Yeah,
what I
Candyman
thought.
was
Okay.
straight up in the That's right.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh,
It was-
Candyman.
He's Death in the Final Destination movies as well. So, yeah, Tony Todd.
Yeah, he's
And
awesome.
he is. Shit.
Well,
But and go ahead.
I was gonna say Michael Wincott, the bad guy who plays Top Dollar. He's got
What a name.
Armand's wig from Interview with a Vampire on in this movie, and I was like, I feel like it fits Antonio's head a little bit better than it fits your head. It still fits, but it's weird. But it's the same wig.
You don't think that's really?
It's the same wig. Did you?
I thought it was really his hair. I thought it was maybe he was rocking.
No
it.
way,
Nope.
dude. Or he cut his hair and made a wig for Antonio Banderas.
That's what it was.
In to use in Interview with a Vampire. Either way, same hair. I'm just saying.
Antonio was like, "Get me that hair." Like, all right, yes, whatever you want, Antonio. Because '90s Antonio gets what he wants.
Yeah, and then Armand. Yeah, he's just like. Oh, you can't even see that. Where's the fire?
You did it.
I was trying to do that.
That was perfect. Now,
Look, I just wanted to show off the gloves. All right, let's see here.
if those things had caught up.
Yeah.
Nylon.
What happened to Clint? We're gonna miss Clint
Look at me
forever.
typing
Clint was a good guy. He
Clint died, but he's
burned
happier
to
now
death in a
because he's-
fishnet glove accident. Yeah.
and he's happier now because he's dead.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
everyone's happier when they're dead.
Right. He died like he lived.
Yes, I
Makes
did.
sense.
Well, let's.
He's like, look at that dead stump. I like it. Look at that dead mushroom. I like it. Look at that dead fish. I like it.
I like.
Well,
nobody likes the dead fish.
Hey, let's go to game time. I think it's time for a little game time.
Wait. Slow down. So, I have a profound new respect for women putting on makeup. A profound new respect. This majesty, it took longer than I thought. And women, like, this has to be a special course because, like, women are amazing at doing this. Now, let's talk about this. So, the craft, I am not the target demographic, and I do not have the nostalgia factor with it. So I'm going to come out swinging a little bit because like I said, if I had seen it whenever I was in high school, like you were talking about, I would have some nostalgia factor. And again, they're not looking for 45-year-old men when they're making the craft.
I don't know. Do you have
Like-
eyeballs? Because ladies.
I mean, have you
When-
seen Mean Girls? Did you ever watch that movie?
I love Mean Girls.
Quit trying to make fetch a thing. Like
Fetch.
Quit trying to make the craft happen.
it's so fetch. Yeah, that's from that.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's same
I was
thing.
thinking
It's
flat-
like Clueless, but with fishnet gloves. It's the same. It's the same thing.
It's true.
But those movies were good. Now, The Crow, on the other hand, so because I brought this up last week, like I literally was wondering, like I hadn't seen The Crow in 20 years, and I was literally wondering. So what was the big draw of this movie? Because none of the sequels were successful. Some of them were mildly successful. There's like 6 or 7 of them.
Well,
I was like, what
comic
is
book too, right? wasn't it?
And yes, and I'm reading the comic book right now. Yes, it started off as a comic book, and I'm reading the comic book right now. And it's good. Honestly, the movie streamlines this stuff a little bit more, but I have to speak. Whenever you put me in full screen, I have to speak more
From the depths.
purposefully. I have to use my glorious purpose.
Oh,
Now, but like I was literally wondering what what was making this movie so popular, because I had watched a couple YouTube videos on it, it's just been popping up more and more recently, and it's probably because of the Crow reboot that's coming.
Right.
And I was like, was it because Brandon Lee died? Okay, that was my main thing, because to be fair, whenever The Dark Knight Returns happened, and what's his face? The guy has the hair and he combs it sometimes.
Christian Bale.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger died. I was like, that was him dying was part of the success of that film. Okay, like it is a spectacular movie, and his role is spectacular as well. But
Are
if
you
you
saying
rewatch
like
if you rewatch them,
like
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nirvana being like becoming super huge because of Kurt Cobain
That's a bad choice because I was
passing?
never a Nirvana fan. So
Kind of like the allure of the whole thing, like kind
The
of like
whole-
the taboo.
yeah,
of it,
I mean,
guess.
it's you're never gonna get it again. Like but now that's not like I didn't like Nirvana. So when Kurt Cobain died, I didn't care. I went from hair metal to punk rock to regular metal or
That's
whatever.
a terrible
I
thing
did
to say.
like
I went
grunge, that
from
whole
Cure.
grunge period.
I went from Cure to Morrissey, and then straight into Bauhaus.
Flock of Seagulls.
I did a little of that.
Hey, Mike, can you punch him, Mark? Just a little bit. Just punch him a
My
little bit
pleasure.
in the face.
Uh,
No, but you're right though. Like that's the thing. Like Kurt Cobain is one of the few people to beat Elvis in sales after death. The 1 year that Courtney Love sold his stuff off, and it was that 1 year. But other than that, no. But so I was wondering if it was writing off of that, because if you rewatch The Dark Knight Returns, it's a good movie, and I will say Heath Ledger's role is spectacular in that movie. He's not my favorite Joker. He's not. But he does a damn
Jared
good job.
Leto.
In Okay, Clint, turn and punch Mike a little bit, just a little.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
But like he does it anytime when he's on the screen, you're watching it, and he does a damn good job. But the movie's about 45 minutes too long. The Two-Face stuff should have been a separate film or something. Like it didn't jive for it. Like it's a fine movie, but like it's not. People say it's the best. Several people, like a lot of people, say it's the best Batman ever, and it is not.
Third best.
Yeah, I mean, like this, we can rank them, Mike. That's a different
bat
show.
nipples.
That's
What
a
about
different
the-
show,
what about the
Mike.
bat-
That's
the-
different show. Tune in next week.
What about the bat nipples? That's my favorite Batman.
There you go.
Batman and Robin.
That's right.
Chill.
But chill. But
Chill. Everybody
So,
freeze.
Are you trying to make an analogy of like Brandon Lee's passing, comparing
I was
it
literally
comparing it to
yes,
the Joker? Is that why
I'm-
this show, this movie, which became legendary?
What-
Is
what's-
it because
and-
of the unfortunate passing of Bruce Lee's son, who is a all time
Yeah.
icon?
Icon for sure.
Which what a terrible thing to happen, to have
Right.
something like this happen, and it's the unfortunate passing of a new shining star. Everybody thought he was going to be the next Bruce Lee, and he was
Right.
coming up and on his way
And he
to
could-
do it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he was set
And-
up to be, the
Yeah.
next big thing. Absolutely.
And thank you for putting it concisely, Clint. Thank you. Yes, that's what I was wondering. But I watch it and it's like, no, it's not. So he does a great role. Like honestly, watching this movie, could you not see Brandon Lee being Neo?
Oh, that's a really good point.
Like he nails this role so well. Like he's so great in this role. I could see him being Neo and having a Matrix spinoff and blah 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 if he didn't die, and like a different world. And at the same time, it's a damn good story too. Like the story is just so well done. There's it's an action movie. It's a shoot 'em up with a little more shoot 'em up than I would have liked, but at the same time, like this is just a fucking damn good movie. Like even
Is
in
it though? Is it
yeah,
though?
my wife who had never seen it was like, "Man, that was good." And she like I had like I was
made
wondering.
sequels, so
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about the sequel. The
That's
sequels
another
are
show.
Bruno.
Are you excited
sequel-
about the up and
sequels are
coming
Bruno.
Crow reboot on Paramount Plus?
Is it on?
No, I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
like-
Just kidding.
Oh,
No,
time-
I
time to
am if
gonna be-
if what we talked about, like, do you want to talk about it, Clint? Like what
Yeah,
you talked
go
about
for
off
it.
air last time?
Why not? And
like-
then we'll go into game time.
I'm telling you. So if they do the upcoming sequels, okay, or reboot, I'm sorry, they're gonna do a reboot, and they're gonna be. I'm not excited about it. Like if they nail it, great, I'm fine. But honestly, the issue with the sequels was they kept going back to Brandon Lee's character, like this and that and the other, and they like had all these shitty people. But Clint made a point last week when we were talking off air afterwards, and it was like the Crow. The point of the movie is that the Crow pulls back people's souls from the underworld to get vengeance.
Who've been
Right.
injusticed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. And he was like, what if they did like I Spit on Your Grave, but with the Crow? And I was like, that'd be the best fucking movie in the history of the world. Like they take, they do the first reboot of the Crow and they hopefully do it well. And then the next one is like, you don't have to follow that guy. You don't have to follow Eric Draven. Like he's got his
not
vengeance.
Eric Draven in the sequels, is it? It's a different guy for every movie.
But regardless, why is he putting on the same makeup and wearing like it's
That's what they
same
missed, yeah.
like
For
Yeah.
sure.
like and like it could just be her like blood spattered like that because that's how she died. So she's like fuck this, and she like puts blood on her face like that because that's what she looked like when she died. She was like, I don't look like how I lived. I want to look like how I died because that's what I'm getting vengeance as or something. It doesn't and. This girl's coming back to get vengeance for like something like I Spit on Your Grave. And if they can mix those two movies, God,
You ever
that
see
would
that
be an
movie?
amazing.
No,
film.
I've
Oh,
never
I
seen
saw
that
that movie when I was young. I was probably fourth. I was like fourth or fifth grade. Like
an
me
amazing
and,
movie,
me and my-
but not for a 4th or 5th grader.
and not the reboot, the OG. I was like fourth or fifth grade, and me and my brother walked to the corner store to the Circle K where you could rent a VCR from the Circle K and rent videos at the store. So we did that, and we rented a bunch of movies, a whole probably 3 or 4 videos, and went back and watched it. I don't know how they rented that to us. I Spit on Your Grave. She's full nude the whole movie.
1978. Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about? Like the,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the original.
And
'Cause
it's
apparently there's like 5 of them.
yeah, no, the
No.
OG, and it's a
78
woman,
Wes Craven.
yeah.
Oh, Wes Craven, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I don't know how I missed
this woman basically gets raped, and she ends up coming back and killing everyone that had anything to do with it. Basically, the story of the Crow, but she came back and got them all, and it was wild. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
as a kid, there's one scene in particular that's like, whoa, it really sticks out. But
Don't spoil it for me.
I'm
I'm
not.
gonna go
No,
watch it
it's
later.
it's.
Go on and watch it.
Absolutely.
I don't usually watch movies like that. I don't want to see some lady get hurt or like
No, of
kill.
course not.
No, of course not. But I'm just saying, or even like killing movies. I'm not into like slasher films
I am.
or revenge flicks or anything. That's not really my jam. I like a good action movie, but like if it's like, the Transporter's coming back to John Wick, that's a revenge flick that I want to see.
Yeah.
But a normal like a normal person, I don't know, it like that's not normally something I would sign up for. But I saw it when I was a kid, and holy crap! Like but that is a person.
Explains a lot.
Say that she got killed. She came back.
It had an effect.
It did have
affected you that
it,
much.
It did have an effect, and say
That's
that
a good movie.
yeah,
That's a good movie.
say that she was murdered and didn't get a chance to go get her revenge.
Right.
That is a perfect candidate for a Crow to bring you your
Fuck
soul
yeah.
back and some supernatural powers so you can go get vengeance.
I mean,
And
I like what you're saying with the fact is like the blood spatter is like in the first one, obviously this Crow he had like the laughing and the frowning like
Yeah, the
theater faces.
marionette. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like for him that like meant something. And even in the second one, it was the girl, it's supposed to be Sarah in the second one grown up. And so in the second one she's like, well, I saw this happen before, so I'm going to paint your face like
No.
it happened in the first one because it was a different guy. But then you're right, after that one it's like, wait, why are we still doing someone missed the point along the way. But I
Yeah.
like that it's like to re-embody
It just goes
it.
and takes somebody else. Yeah. It
Like,
doesn't
it's
have
like,
to be
I died
related.
this way. I want to like embody this like horrific thing that happened to me.
It's the
Dude.
same thing we were talking about earlier. We know the universe. You've explained it in one fucking movie. You've explained the universe.
Right.
Now branch off.
Yes.
Just
exactly.
go nuts. Like you don't have to. We don't need Sigourney Weaver in every fucking alien movie. I love Sigourney Weaver.
Right.
I want her in
Yes.
every fucking movie I can have her.
Absolutely.
But we don't need her in every.
Spit on
fucking
my
alien
grave,
movie.
Sigourney Weaver. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You can have Sigourney Weaver being the Crow in the new movie. Like I'm fine with that. But like I'm just saying,
Did they
like,
cast? Do we have a
don't-
casting for the Crow? I thought they did cast the main
They-
guy.
one guy, fuck
Oh, they
face
are
make-
doing a reboot. It's the guy
Man.
who's going to play Elvis. No, is it?
Is it Elvis? God, that movie looks so bad. We'll get into that later.
It's
That looks good,
Crow.
dude. Shut your.
Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. Elvis. No, I'm good. Uh,
No,
let's-
he's not. No, Forrest Gump isn't playing Elvis. He's playing the Colonel.
I mean, I know, but it's.
I
like,
can't think of the guy's.
Luke Evans.
No, he's
No. Oh, here we go. Oh, Bill Skarsgård.
yes, Skarsgård.
Hey,
Yeah,
Pennywise.
he's a Skarsgård.
Pennywise.
Any Skarsgård,
Yeah.
Skarsgård's gonna be good.
Skarsgård. Yeah, Skarsgård.
It's time to get into game time,
Let's do it.
fellas.
Do it.
All right. What the hell is game time? Here's game time right here. Maybe.
Ah, computer.
I want a game time.
Who had the best story? Who had the best story?
So the craft story was not bad. I will say that. Like it wasn't bad, but it was just they. So the Crow is a. Jedi Master just says the Crow. I'm sorry,
They're both revenge films, aren't they?
but
Sort of, yeah.
but at the same time, like the Crow was a graphic novel. It was a revenge story. It existed before the movie. This story lived on its own, and it was not we're not talking about Marvel or DC or one of the heavy hitters.
Right.
This was an under the radar black and white comic. It's the number one selling black and white comic of all time. And it obviously made an effect. And so it had this huge story. The Craft was not a bad story, but I know what you did last summer it up. Like, and I do, as a horror fan, I really don't like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Does it matter if you're a horror fan or a cartoon fan? Like,
It really does. I did because they could have made this a fucking good movie as a horror fan. Like they could have
mean,
made
it
this
was
a
pretty good movie.
badass. No,
they kind of glazed over two different genres. It was like Riverdale meets a
yeah.
horror movie, and they instead of just being a crappy
Riverdale's good because it's Riverdale. Horror movies are good because they're
well,
horror
instead
movies.
of being a crappy
Right.
high school movie, they took it into a scary realm. You know what I mean? And like,
There's
They-
some
they
horror elements for
PG-13
sure. in
it.
that.
yeah, there was horror elements like sprinkled in. I think, I mean, in the same way, if you watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, they took a comic book movie and then a superhero movie and dragged in horror elements where, like, in that movie, I'm like, yeah, barefooted, blood-covered Wanda, like
Right.
limping through like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. I'm down for some of that. They did the same thing, but they took Clueless or Mean Girls and they horrored it up in exactly the same way. And I think that's why it resonated. And you had a whole bunch of black hair dye and eyeliner.
You did too, but even you had the pretty girl too, who was like, she was the preppy, almost like pretty. She could have been a popular girl, but she fell in with this other crowd, the emos or whatever it might
Yeah.
be. And
No, they're goth. It's Goth Week, dude.
oh god,
Get it,
God.
get it together. Michael, what's your last
name?
name? Michael, what's your last name?
Navarrete.
Get it together, Navarrete.
There we go. All right, perfect. You pulled that off perfect. It's like, so they were the goth ladies, I believe. Yes, correct.
Yes.
And which they really weren't. I mean, it was Nev Campbell and like the other actors. They're all like stunningly gorgeous girls, and they're like, we're outcasts. I was like, well, maybe because they're
Nobody likes us.
assholes. I was like, well, because you keep knocking shelves down in convenience stores. I wonder why. But so I mean, maybe in that case, like like The Crow, you get a lot of guys going to see that movie. It's very like you're like, oh, this is cool. It's brooding. Now, The Craft at least gave a different avenue. You're like, you know what? I felt like that as a young girl in high school. Maybe they got to see that movie and relate to it a little bit more on their front. But
I still want to know what happened to Fairuza Balk. Like, what the hell happened to her?
I dated a girl that looked like her back in the day.
Woo!
Goodness, that's exactly where that whole problem started. It's movies like The Craft.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of Riverdale, Skeet Ulrich is in Riverdale, so he hasn't.
Is he? Is he like a teacher or something? Like, what is he doing? In that?
He's like one of the main characters.
No, he's
really.
playing one of the teenagers.
Still playing
No,
high school.
he's
Still
one of
got
the-
those high school roles.
He's like I think he's Jughead's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
But he's like a main character in the show.
Fairuza Balk, best
But-
role for Fairuza Balk.
So
This
when
or
you're
Waterboy,
watching,
right?
Yeah, we're so best story. We're still on best story. So I think we're gonna have to get a point for I think we're gonna have to do a point for The Crow, like just from the
yeah,
Yeah, I gotta go Crow.
like I'm starting both teams get 1 point to start because otherwise it's hard for me to do this. So
that's fine.
it just helps me with the graphics.
It's a level,
So,
it's a level playing field, baby. It's a
yeah,
level
both people start with 1. So now we got, and I'm gonna do something here.
But
'Cause
the craft,
I'm sorry. Go for it.
it could have no. I think we're going to say the same thing. Like this, like you could see it could have been so like it could have really been a good movie. I think, and like the pieces are there, but they went for teeny bopper bullshit. But then again, that's why a lot of people love it because they saw it at that time. I'm a 45-year-old dude, like and I'm a horror fan. Like I wanted to see him go like, let's go full fucking witch or whatever. Like
Right.
like,
Yeah.
But I didn't see it at the time. So but people that did see it at the time, introductory horror films are still like you're still introducing people to the horror realm. So I'm fine with that. Like it's okay.
It's a genre blend, absolutely. Whereas, I mean,
For sure.
you give the Crow credit for diving headfirst into what it wanted to be. They're like, we're not pulling punches here.
Yeah.
We're so committed. We're gonna take out the main actor. That's how goth we're gonna get with the Crow.
So
And
the
they
Crow-
let the death scene in the movie.
He's a method actor. I don't know what you want.
The Crow has 1 bat. We're not doing smileys today. We're doing bats. So the Crow has a bat. So let's go to the next category.
Right.
Here we go. Which movie?
Which movie?
You see what he did there? I can't even claim that joke. That was a good one.
I'll put a T there.
You see what I did there? Which movie had the best cast? That is the question. Who had the best cast? That is a. You got Fairuza Balk, Robin Tooney, Nev Campbell, Rachel True, Skeet Ulrich, Brecken, whatever his
Breckenmeyer.
Breckenmeyer.
Road
He was in a
Trip?
lot of movies. Yeah. Also Christine Taylor, who was Ben Stiller's wife, I believe. Nope.
I love
Okay.
her so much.
Wait. Oh yeah.
She played Marsha in the
Yeah,
absolutely.
Marsha and that's I fell in love with her. Like God,
Good work. Good pull, bud.
Yeah,
Good job.
she.
I
Was she like
don't
the
care if she's
mean
bald and
girl? Like
Yeah.
the
No.
main mean lady of the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
group? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was the one picking on Rachel True, the Rochelle
one that went
character.
bald.
Right.
Yeah. So you got that. So that's a pretty good cast. Then you have Brandon Lee. You've got Ernie Hudson. These are the heavy hitters. Then you got Tony Todd. He's a heavy hitter.
Candyman, yeah.
And you don't have a lot of other heavy hitters here.
I feel like Marco Rodriguez. He looks familiar, but he's probably a character actor. He's probably been in a bunch of stuff.
He shaved his mustache and was in the Henry Rollins autobiography movie.
Was he
Just
playing
kidding.
Henry Rollins?
Just kidding.
I feel like Henry was just after Johnny Mnemonic. He could have done anything.
Michael Massey, he was in the Michael Bolton biography.
Nailed it.
That's all I got, man. I don't know.
There's Darla, everyone's
So-
favorite Darla.
I'm scrolling down. Here's Kai Portman, who
Bei
was,
Ling, who was in Star Wars,
who was
but she got cut
Well, yeah, she
because
wasn't
she
in
did
Star
Playboy.
Wars. She
And I
wasn't
have the
in
play.
Star Wars.
I have
then.
the. She was in Star Wars, but she got cut because she did Playboy, and I have the Playboy.
Okay.
Kai Portman did
Two things to look up later.
did a
then.
James Hetfield video double.
Yep.
we got Peter Lorre, who is John Favreau's stand-in. You guys can't even see these images.
I mean, he's oh my god, is that Henry Rollins?
Holy shit!
Where was he?
And Michael Berryman. This just completely changed the game. The Crow. For The Crow, we got Henry Rollins was in The Crow. I don't know where this was.
Uncredited. He doesn't have a character name.
He didn't even. He was just himself, and then Michael Berryman was. Is he the Toxic Avenger?
Yeah, or Sloth.
Sloth? I don't know. Wow. Oh man, we're really seeing some stuff here.
I mean, you got Ernie Hudson, which is a
Ernie
hard. I
Hudson,
mean,
that's
that's boom.
He's
you
the
know?
main, and then Brandon Lee. So that's.
I haven't seen him do anything in a while though. So.
Oh man. Or we have Fairuza Balk. I haven't seen her do anything in a long time. Robin Tooney was she was like on like L.A. Law or some kind of like cop show.
I feel like you got a solid cat. The Craft is you got some people who are still working, some people who I recognize.
I think they won the bat. I think they won the bat.
Yeah, Skeet Ulrich. Look, I mean that guy's still looking fantastic. I haven't seen a picture of that. Good work, bud.
And he's done like 15 seasons on Riverdale.
This cast officially like set me down a path
Are
of being
we-
disappointed my entire life by not finding.
Yeah, are we
girls that
talking
look
about
like that.
working? Are we talking about working people or like cast that?
If you're talking
like,
talent,
yeah. What are we talking?
I mean, you got Ernie
Yeah,
Hudson. What
that's
else you
right.
got?
You got-
What else you got?
You got Ernie
Pretty
Hudson. You
good.
got Candyman. You got you got Ernie Hudson. You got Candyman. You got Brandon Lee, which respectively, like like yes,
he was going to be a
okay,
star. He was going to be a star.
He
I
was
mean-
good. Yes, he was going to be a star. And at the same time, like Wayne Scott, like
We're
again,
divided
okay,
in the
fair-
chat. We got Jedi Master EJ says, "Sorry, this one goes to The Craft. The only person I remember from The Crow is Brandon." And then Bobby says, "I recognize more actors in The Crow." So The Crow. So they're divided. So it's up to us
Like,
three. It's up to us
and
three
you've
to
got,
pick this one.
I mean, like the Craft had way more people who've done stuff more recently, but what have they done? Like like
Nev Campbell, a bunch of Scream movies. You know that new Scream.
Yeah, Skeet Ulrich. He's the poor man's Johnny Depp.
Absolutely. He might be the rich man's Johnny Depp after this trial.
Yeah. My vote goes for The Craft. What do you got, Curtis?
oh god, I mean, like I that's the thing. I want to go Wayne Scott because I think the villain Wayne Scott, is that his name, right?
and The Crow,
was
yeah.
spectacular. But yeah, what has he done? I mean, I know he's one of those faces. I know this guy's done other stuff. But
Yeah, it's like, is this performance wise? Because man, there's some great performances in The Crow. They're really
so,
are,
th-
you
but
know?
it's not. It's not. That's later. So, okay, I'll give it to The Craft. Fine, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, that movie single handedly is the reason I date girls that look like they're from that movie. So I'm going with The Craft, 100%. It's Fairuza Balk. You got my vote. In case you're listening out there, give me a call.
I got Skeet Ulrich up here for you, Curtis.
Look at that headshot.
Look at that.
Smoke show all day long.
Skeet.
Skeet.
Where do you think it came from?
All right. Time for points.
I'd love for that to be the origin.
Skeet. Yes. I mean,
It's got to be. It's got to be.
It's gotta be.
it's a family name.
Just yell your own name out. I love it.
It's
And that's the thing too.
my
Like
friend-
whenever
my friends call
Whenever-
me Skeet. Nope, nobody
Whenever-
calls you that. No, they do. My
When-
friends call. No, they don't.
Yeah. But can you imagine if they
Whatever.
did?
whenever they're doing the whole thing and it's like, oh, Skeet's in love with her because of this magic spell, blah blah. Oh, it's a magic spell. It's magic. It's like, or he's a stupid fucking teenager. Oh yeah, it could be
Yeah.
the magic spell,
Oh, yeah?
or
it's-
he's a stupid fucking teenager,
It's the spell.
and she turned him down. Like, so he's like, oh my god.
yeah. You know, those hormones, they're a spell in its own right. That's a bunch of witchcraft as far as I've seen.
They're tied. No, these movies are tied now.
yeah.
Yeah. Each of them has a bat. Let's get to which one is a better looking film? Which movie is a better looking film?
You going to me on this one? Because this
Yeah,
one's
I'm
easy.
going to you.
The Crow was absolutely better. The miniatures on this film, because Godzilla fan, kaiju fan, like the miniature work that you see on those movies is spectacular. And that's the thing within this movie in the '90s, like it's hard to tell sometimes. You can tell. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's a movie, but you can tell that it is miniature work. But at the same time, like sometimes it's hard to tell. They do these sweeping views, and it's obviously a model that somebody built. And that's the thing. It existed. These people made these things that exist. These are real miniature fucking fake cities, and they existed in the real world. You can buy them and you could sell them. And they exist. Animation is amazing, but like the miniature work on this was great. With the craft, they videotaped a high school and they videotaped a beach.
The beach
there
scene was
some,
really good.
Really
All that
good.
fake lightning.
Really good beach scene.
yeah, and there was some good fake CGI.
That and Top Gun.
Like-
best beach
Was
scenes.
Was it CGI? It was. I mean, it was the '90s.
Whenever her snakes, her fingers turned into snakes, and she's
Those
like,
were real snakes. Those were real snakes. When her
Yeah,
fingers
alright.
turned to real snakes, they were real.
They had a snake wrangler.
fair
on
enough.
set.
Well, I did
I
not
read
know that. I
They
did
used,
not know
they
that.
used real snakes in that movie.
Okay.
I don't
Did
know
you
about
read it?
I
read
did
that
read
on the
that,
internet.
but I don't know about the snake
Says-
snake fingers. They taped
They taped-
snakes. They severed snakes and like
And that's why she was like,
put them on
"Oh
her
my
fingers."
god!"
They got the electrical tape. He's like trying to get this shot.
We're gonna attach some snakes. Yeah.
Commitment. I love it though.
So I think we can. I think it's safe to say.
That's great. Just to say what to go piggyback off what Curtis was saying.
Yeah.
The sweeping shots of the city, those miniatures, like you can tell it's there. Like that's a real something that's really there, and the aesthetic of the whole movie. It can't rain all the time. It's they committed to a look, and he's right. The other one is like, well, we're in high school, it's beach, this and that. But the Crow had a look, and it committed, and it was, it
Absolutely.
knew what it was doing, 100%.
It was impressive, and I was looking at that. I was wondering, is this old school CGI or are these miniatures? I was trying to figure out. It made me think about how they did all that. You know what I mean? When I watched that movie.
It also makes you wonder, how did Mike disappear?
How did what?
I mean, Mike disappear.
Just a disembodied voice.
Oh, he's got that predator shit going on. That's
Yep.
what it is. Predator Mike.
So we're gonna give a point to the
Yeah,
Crow.
like, so the Crow has 2 bats now.
2 bats.
One, a two.
And
bats.
as Bobby says, the darkness. The lovely, lovely darkness.
All right, on to the next one. I think they start getting more and more ridiculous. Let's see here.
But again, Mike, if you think of a question,
This is
bring
a
it up,
good one.
'cause
Yeah,
we're-
yes, definitely.
we're question friendly right now.
About just the movies or the show in general? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like
No,
like
question
one of
movie, yeah,
these
but the-
movie screens with the question that we
like
yeah.
like bringing up my own topic. Like a
Yeah,
guest,
if you think
guest
of one.
topic. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I've got a
I'll start
couple of
working
new
on it.
ones down there somewhere, but who had the best music? That's interesting
That is a good question.
because these are both really good
I was
soundtracks.
gonna say these.
No, they're not.
If you're sad in your room, in your parents' house, not currently. I'm sorry if that's the case for anybody listening. I mean, I think it'll still be applicable. Honestly, I think this is. They both just this reek of sad '90s music.
I am human and I need to be loved.
But not the
list?
original song. Bam, 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 bam.
That's beautiful. I love that. Can we get a list of the soundtracks? Can we take a look at it?
Yeah, let's do
But
that.
not by the Smiths. by some fucking douchebag loser band.
Hey, don't talk smack.
How about
You're gonna-
douchebag loser bands?
Somebody messaged me. Skeet Ulrich.
Tell them
Just-
don't
just
sing it.
randomly?
Just bring it. Get in the chat.
Let's see here.
Right.
The Crow.
And so,
I say I feel like I have an idea of how the music all sounded in these movies, but I think I need a list.
so the Crow, I don't like the Crow had the overall tone and soundtrack of the Crow was good. It didn't
So
force music onto you like the Craft did. It just forced these fucking remakes of good songs.
This is pretty good, dude. Check this out. We got this is the Crow that we're doing first. We got The Cure, Burn,
Oh man,
Machines of
A
Love.
true- a true Cure song. Yeah.
Yeah.
a true no. Was it a bunch of remakes in the Craft?
I'm gonna read them
In
all
the Craft,
off.
yes.
I'm
In the
gonna read
Craft,
'em.
yes, it was remakes.
I could just read off the band names and then we can talk about them. That way we could get an idea
Do it.
of. All right. The Cure,
13 seconds.
The Machines of Love and Grace, The Stone Temple Pilots,
Oh, okay.
9 Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Violent Femmes, Rollins Band, Helmet, Pantera, For Love Not Lisa, pff, who knows who that is,
Classic.
My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult,
Mhm.
The Jesus and Mary Chain,
Clever.
Medicine, and Jane Siberry. That's pretty fucking good
That's a-
soundtrack.
that's a good
Yeah,
list.
that's
Woo!
yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay,
list.
hold on.
For the Craft.
Okay.
He's already yawning. That's not a good sign.
All right. This is not a good start.
Was it Creed?
Our Lady Peace. Our Lady Peace.
All right.
Heather Nova. Sponge. I like Sponge.
Yeah.
Letters to Cleo. I like them.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Love Spit Love. I don't know who that is. Matthew Sweet. That's pretty good. Juliana Hatfield. Pretty good. Tripping Daisy. Pretty
Okay,
good.
Okay.
Jewel. Pretty good. All Too Much. Don't know who that is. Elastica. Love Elastica.
Alaska.
Badass.
That's some
Space
good
Ho-
Lady Rock for sure.
Space Hog.
Say something, okay.
And Graham. I don't even know how to say that. Graham Reveley.
Gramay Ravel. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. Ravel. Yeah.
Poop. It's pronounced poop.
Yep, that's it. We were reading it wrong.
That's another excellent soundtrack. So who's going to win this?
But okay, so think about it. When The Crow was happening, the music occurred. It was tonal. It like it wasn't like they didn't so that you're reading off the soundtrack. But what was in the actual movie, those weren't forced down your throat. Okay. But in The Craft, it was like these fucking same bands doing and you just crappily doing the Smiths version, song, and then crappily doing some other versions of these songs, and that's me. It's a goth movie, but they didn't know what goth was, so they redid new wave songs to make it goth, and it's
You mad, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you don't.
A little bit.
You don't have to sell me. I think I'm going The Crow for this one. I think.
I guess a Crow it is.
You got Rage, you got Pantera, you got
Rage, Pantera, which are not.
And it's. I mean, there's
That's
some good
frat
songs.
boy music. That's not even. That's not even goth.
It's like fake metal,
Pantera is not fake metal. Rage, rap metal stuff.
It's still. It also kind of just
Pantera
fits the entire
is
theme.
not fake metal.
No, there's reals against for sure.
That's fine. All right, we're gonna give
5
it to.
words.
We're gonna give it to the Crow.
I think The Crow's got that one as well. I did think of a question for later, so I got one that I'll stick in my head for later. I think it's
What do you
All right.
got? We'll do it right now.
Let's do it now.
Yes, But wait. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go for it first.
We
And I'll-
going to the chat, Clint?
Yeah, let's go loud. Let's talk to the chat.
So Bobby makes a good point. Like, she says the Crow. She says she voted the Crow because she doesn't remember the music and the Craft that much. But she was like, if the Craft had Depeche Mode or O-Type negative, it would have been better. And that's a great point. Like Depeche Mode is like, I am not a new wave kind of guy like everybody, but Depeche Mode is the damn shit. And if they had like nailed it with something like that, like that's a very good point. Like I agree with that completely.
I like Depeche Mode. They just got
Depeche Mode
inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
they're so
Yeah.
fucking good. Like if you can get their best of, I mean, you get whatever you can of them. But yeah, like their best of is just so fucking good. Like
I had a friend,
it'll
friend
Go
in,
ahead.
in junior high that used to call him Douche Commode. Back.
My kid, wherever you are now, going
Yeah.
places.
yeah.
Probably writing for like how
I got-
your father.
You want to buy a car? You want to buy a car?
So what do you got, Michael?
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say what world? Let's say these were actual places, like whatever universe they create. What world would you rather live in?
Oh God, I'd live in fucking craft world all day long.
Yeah.
You don't have the Crow
Ye-
world? You
Hell no.
Never been to L.A.?
Hell no. The craft all day long. The
I mean, in the Crow
there's
world,
something that bothers me about the Crow. The Crow is like 90s Batman.
aesthetic, right? Just kind of like a.
No,
It is.
anytime
That's
you
a
get
good
a bunch of people that have like a 2-digit IQ that are like, and then they pick up a gun. Ah!
right.
And for no reason, and then they're like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? Like,
Right,
all, and you get like 4
Now-
meatheads that all pull guns on each other,
Yeah.
and then it's like, how come only like Joker thugs and like people in the Crow act like that? Like that's
well, take a
Pe-
trip to Houston. You might be surprised.
Yeah, people in Marvel, those are like, what are all these juggalos doing in the fucking Crow movie? Only juggalos and like hoodlums in fucking Gotham and in the Crow act like that. Those are the 3
But-
categories of people that act like that. Nobody else acts like that.
It's like
You
yeah,
got to
what-
remember. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Michael.
Pull a pin in a grenade, throw it to your buddy. Hey, catch!
Let's say like what bartender's going to work like in that world, like at that bar.
Yeah,
It's like
fuck
it's
that.
like why am I coming back to work? I'm literally being threatened with my life every time I show up. Those guys aren't tipping. So, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, makes sense. But also in that world, you can come back to life. Those people exist, but hey, you can come back and get them. They take you out. I'm just saying, yeah.
But
And you're
Yeah, that's the
dead,
thing,
which
they
is the
have
theme, which is
not-
so cool today. But you're dead,
Yes.
but you're not dead. So,
Clint, they hadn't nailed down comic book movies yet. Whenever and this was one of the so we got Batman, we got Superman, we got Batman, and then this was not even a Marvel or DC picture, and they hadn't nailed down comic book movies yet. They just hadn't. Okay, and so they're gonna comic book it up a little bit, because like in comic books, you got good guys, you got bad guys, and honestly, the story of the Crow when I'm reading now, it's not as black and white as
over the
that.
top, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like it's got like like full pages of poetry and stuff, and it's like, if I was a fucking teenager, like goth teenager, like I would love this shit. But
Just be
I was
eating
like,
it up.
I'm just like, come on, like, and the movie streamlines that, but like they hadn't nailed down like comic book movies yet, and so they're gonna over the top the bad guys, like they're gonna do that. It's just gonna happen.
Like, in case you didn't
But-
know, these guys are bad, evil people.
Yeah,
It's like
It's-
RoboCop villains. The
It's
same
one
kind of
of-
people in
yeah,
RoboCop.
yeah, like
It's those tropes, like they drive me crazy. Like you see a movie, and like the guy goes in, and he's like, "Hey, what's the matter? Hey, Jim, Like, what's the matter? He goes into a bar, he's like, oh, yeah, my partner got shot. I don't know if he's going to make it. And then the bartender comes over and is like, here, man, and puts a glass and a bottle of whiskey in front of him so he could pour his own drinks. No bartender anywhere ever has done that.
It's called bottle service. It's very expensive.
Yeah, like nobody does that. Like there's no bar. Like it was in the Daredevil series.
I was like, leave the bottle. You know, that's
Nobody does that. It's illegal. It's
Leave
not
it.
legal to do that, and nobody does that. But in every fucking movie, I just lost my job today. Oh yeah, like whatever the bad thing that's happening, and the bartender comes and puts a glass and the bottle in front of him. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like. And I've talked to friends, I've bartended for 100 years. I talk to friends, too, that are like, I have a friend who does cybersecurity. He's a hacker, but he's a white hat hacker.
Right.
And I ask him, I'm like, hey, dude, does it piss you off ever? And he's like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't finish what I was saying. And I was like, well, it pisses me off when they put a bottle in front of somebody and give him a glass, tell him, and he starts drinking. Does it ever piss you off when they're breaking into a security system or they're hacking into whatever, and the guy who's the hacker of the group says, okay, I just got to get past the firewall. That's the key word in the movies. If you say the firewall, there's some serious hacking going on.
Yeah.
I'm almost through the firewall, guys. And like that's the only like computer term they use.
Say firewall, you're good to go. Middle
It.
America
That's
knows.
it. Yes.
knows
Yeah.
what a firewall.
Yeah. He just had to hack through it. It's just going to take him a second. You know what I mean?
Gotta
The
get through the
fucking firewall. And he's like, yeah, dude, that's really bad. And there's a lot of people that do like that are doctors, and I was asking this hacker about the firewall, and I heard somebody, and this lady was a nurse. She was like, yeah, I hear it in the movies, in the hospitals all the time. They say so much bullshit on medical shows and medical movies and stuff like that. Yeah.
The best thing I've ever seen with the bottle leaving was it was done in I think Bullet to the Head. It was a Sylvester Stallone movie, and he walks into his own bottle of Bullet bourbon into the bar.
Nice.
I was like, okay, still illegal for sure. But the bartender's like, hey, you can't bring that in there, and he gives him a $20 bill, and he's like, let me rent a glass. And I was like, okay, a little more on board with that situation. At least I got my $20 tip right out of the gate. At least He's got his own bottle. It's New Orleans. Fuck it.
Yeah.
About me. So that was like that. At least for me, made a little more sense. But yes, absolutely. Like leave the bottle. It's like no.
Nah, that's not. No.
And what I can speak to this is being an electrician. If you've seen the movie Rampage,
Leave the wires.
So I was an electrician before I was a teacher, and I am not a master electrician. I can't wire, all the, but I'm an electrician. Like electricity works by physical law. It just does. And so like whenever they're in Rampage, if you have not seen the movie with The Rock, it is a spectacular movie, but it's spectacularly bad.
You take that back.
They go they go in, and The Rock's like, oh, the AC system, and he's like logging into the AC system, and somehow they get access to the mainframe computer, and it's like it doesn't work like that. Like, no, there are dedicated circuits
through the air conditioning,
through the AC. Yes, yeah, go watch it. Like, it's amazing. Like they get access to the mainframe computers with all of the information and stuff. And it's like, no. ACs are on or off. Like, and like you can have this elaborate AC system, but when it comes to, it's just on or off. Computers are like a whole different story, and you can spread information as much as you want.
It's like
But
electricity goes through a wire. This has wires.
Yeah,
That
but
must be how it works.
Who's like, I don't know. We got all these extra wires. Just tie them into the AC. All right,
Just plug the mainframe.
Nobody would ever do that. Like, it doesn't. Like, and I've wired like not just ACs, but technical systems, electrical, and there's like 45 different wires. It's not like that.
It's not
AC
how
is
it
like,
works.
you need 3 wires for AC. 3 wires.
Reminds me of MacGruber. He's like, I'm more of a 3-wire guy.
Yeah, like that's all you need. And they're like, well, let's just hack into the mainframe from the AC.
From the AC.
Okay.
I love it.
All right, gang, moving on. We got to move to the next category. Acting.
acting.
Which movie had better acting? Which movie had better acting? Boy.
Oof. Oof.
Well,
Brandon Lee didn't do half that performance. That was kind of a computer that did the other half. So
no. No. The last scene was the one where he died. So he did the whole movie.
no. I'm pretty sure it's about everything. They were like 2/3 through. I know there was like some major scenes that they had plugged in, if I remember correctly. But I think there was like when he was walking through the alley when he first like got brought back to life, a couple shots in the mirror and stuff like that. But I'd have to look it up to confirm.
But I mean, like no, where he died was like that was the big scene, and it was like one of the like they had to film most of the movie.
That had mostly done.
Yeah, and he when he died, like but they had filmed. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. What I'm saying is that it's not like as if the critical scenes, like the critical scenes,
Oh yeah.
like he had already done and stuff like that. Like because they always save the biggest, most expensive shots for the end of the movie. That's how they shoot them. They shoot them in order.
Yeah,
but
that looks like you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, Lee had completed most of his scenes for the film and was scheduled to shoot for only 3 more days. The rest of the cast and crew, except for Ernie Hudson, whose brother-in-law had just died, stayed in Wilmington.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely correct.
And
he was supposed to shoot all of his scenes in those 3 days. I'm just kidding.
No, but I mean, like, like you, like that's
so the big question though is who had better acting, The Craft or The Crow? I mean,
So-
I'm going to throw The Craft on this one. Personally.
Fairuza Balk,
Wait.
she played a really good crazy.
Fully committed.
Like-
Committed.
She was like,
Fairuza Balk.
wow, like shaking her head and going nuts. She was like really good in this.
Fairuza Balk played an amazing Fairuza Balk.
Absolutely did.
Can you? So here's my point. So imagine her playing Terms of Endearment.
I don't need to because that's not the assignment. The assignment is
Better
which
movie.
one.
No,
Which one of these? It's not who's the better actor. It's which movie had better acting.
damn it.
Yeah.
Please. Okay, so I would say again, fucking Brandon Lee killed it at this role. Like that was one of the draws of this movie. He absolutely did. Like and obviously this is not an IP. This is like not an IP that people want to touch and just like we were just talking earlier about all the streaming movies and stuff. People want to grab all these IPs. They don't want to. Nobody's grabbing at The Crow. Okay?
Yeah, they are. They're
And
doing a remake right
I mean,
now.
they made like 8
Well,
Crow
yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
There
there are like 8 of them. Yes, there
There's
are
8 of
There-
them, and they're in the
But
middle
it's
of
not-
with Skarsgård doing
The
one right
reboot,
now.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to.
but what I'm
Actually,
saying
the
is that-
opposite of what you're saying is the reality.
There's more Crow movies
Everyone-
than Ernest movies.
There's more
But how much money did they make?
American Pie
And
movies
that's what it comes
than
down to.
there's more.
I see what you're saying for sure, but I mean, I think.
But so Brandon Lee nailed it as The Crow, and again, like he could have been Neo. He could have been like this guy. He nailed. He acted his ass off in this movie. Okay, that was his role. Okay, we know that he's dead. Doesn't matter. Okay, sorry to be shitty, but
Dude, there's more crows than
Right.
episodes of Legend of Tomorrow. That's
That's-
a lot of episodes.
the Crow lasted longer than the Confederate Union. Okay, that's like a historical fact. So I mean, you got Nev Campbell, you got Frizz Balk, you got these people, you got Steve. I think it's
we're not talking about cast. We're talking about acting. So
I think
again,
And how
so
good was
I think-
Christine Taylor getting upset when she lost her hair?
I
Good.
love her so much. I can't.
you got him.
We just need to stop right now. I love her so much. Like I like Ben Stiller's a lucky man. But here's the deal. Wayne Scott the villain in this movie I thought was so good.
He has good performance.
Like that's to me. I don't think I like. It seems like I'm just preaching to the wind here, but I thought the villain in this movie was so good. Wayne Scott. And correct me if I'm wrong because fuck, I don't know. I don't.
Well, I was going to lead into what
Well, let's
Clint was saying earlier about how the over the top like Joker henchmen, like that perform. I mean, yeah, they're over the top, but it's not like good performance in The Crow. It's just like
it's
such a caricature, of.
Yeah, but do you think teenagers act like that in fucking high school? Like, I'm a fucking teacher. Like they like.
That is true.
Here's the deal. Here's the
That
deal.
is true.
Teenagers are the shittiest fucking people in the history of the world, but they're not like fucking evil people. Like they're just like
Bobby said-
they really seem like it, but they're not.
Bobby says the girls were over the top. Does that mean in a good way or a bad way? Are you saying they
Over the top is
That-
never in a good
that
way.
Dude, Over the Top is a great film.
That's a great. I was gonna say.
yeah,
It's-
Well, yeah, no,
when
yeah.
it comes
she
to
made-
arm wrestling, it's a great thing.
Because those
go.
I'm asking because those thugs were over the top. So I don't know if she's
But-
trying to say that or if she's saying that they're like we need some help from the chat. Who had better acting? The Craft or
same
the
time.
Crow?
So at
Ernie
the same
Hudson
time,
killed it too. So it was really
yes.
good, man.
he did, and he wasn't like, and you know what, the kid, Sarah,
Sarah.
Yeah,
who's in
Rochelle
Space Nerd?
Davis. She was good.
Yeah.
So was Bai Ling.
So
Yeah,
Uh,
Biling was pretty good too. She did.
She's.
eat
I think
that
she
eyeball.
speaks. I think she speaks 2 languages.
She might be bilingual.
hi-yo.
See what we did there?
You set him up. Set him up. I'll knock him down.
Oh boy. Oh, over the top in a bad way.
I didn't mean to step on.
No,
your
no,
face.
you picked it up. It's like I threw it up and then you hit it. It was great. Okay, Curtis. You're scaring the children in a bad way. So who had better acting?
Okay, and now
Sa-
I'm looking at the guy, the pawn shop guy right here.
Oh, the pawn shop guy was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
He
The
was
Seinfeld
good.
guy.
Yeah. Who was the superintendent? No, who was he in
Yep.
Seinfeld?
He was the super of Seinfeld. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? You convinced me. I was gonna go with the Craft, but I think Curtis swayed
He was pretty good.
my opinion.
I mean, he was. Yeah, he really was. I mean, I'm not. But that's the thing. So here's the deal. The guys that you're talking about and the skeezer guys, and I agree with you at the same time. Like they were over the top and kind of like, oh my god. But like, especially Skank at the end. Like, there's some skeezer assholes.
Right.
Like, sadly, especially being in Austin or some skeezer assholes like
Yep.
that.
Some of my
Who
best
bet-
friends.
And when he was like, Skank's dead. He's over there. Like, you gotta kill Skank. Like,
That's right. Yeah.
and it's like
I-
there's some skeezer assholes who are like most of them were just throwaway characters. Like that's the thing. If they're throwaway characters, like okay, but like Skank and stuff kind of nailed it. Like as this fucking skeezer fucking douchebag asshole.
I still think Firuza Balk needs some kind of award for the amount of crazy that she got.
She did, but I think Kirsten Great Painsy's like she played a great Veruza Balk. I mean, yeah, it's kind of her. Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like that's her
shtick,
domain.
that's her
Like
thing. Her shtick.
Yeah.
now,
All
if
right,
Firuza Balk comes out and she's like, Princess Di next year, like I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm in my shit, and Firuza Balk gets, like,
And
but
Brandon
that
Lee showed some serious caring for the girl and stuff too.
Some chops.
Yeah, when he saved the girl, and you could tell he was emotionally
right.
invested. In
Oh, for
everything.
sure.
You
Can't
know what I
rain
mean?
all the time.
Yeah. So we're gonna give it to the Crow. The Crow's cleaning up. It's 4 bats against 1 bat.
All right, the Craft better try to make a comeback here. Maybe some.
I got
We've
this.
seen it
I
this
got
way
this.
before. Just wait.
I've got this covered. Which movie made you hungrier? Which movie made you
I
hungrier?
know which movie made me thirstier. It's gonna be the Kraft. It's Fruitable.
Well, I can say that them eating eyeballs in The Crow did not make me hungry, and I could say that Kraft reminds me of mac and cheese, which makes me hungry. So I'm voting for the Kraft.
2 really good points. Curtis, you got?
I will say hungrier.
All right.
So
Yeah, which one makes you hungrier? Are you ready to eat crow?
Oh,
You see what I did there?
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Pew, pew, pew.
so all right. So myself and
There it is.
friend of ours, Natch Taylor, were at a all-you-can-eat buffet at an Asian restaurant.
I'm laughing at Melissa Kennedy's comment. Clint's logic is impenetrable. Hilarious.
Kraft mac and cheese really got him.
Yeah, Kraft mac and cheese. I mean, what else you want? So continue. Natchet Taylor. Now, what were you saying about Natchet?
We were at a all-you-can-eat buffet at a Chinese restaurant, and
yeah.
one of the
I'm
things
too.
was basically boiled baby octopi. And I grabbed one, and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." We were all sitting there at lunch, and I was like, "Yeah, you want to?" I was like, "You want some of this?" I was like, "You want to eat any of this?" And Natch pulled my fucking man card, and he went and got him some baby octopus and fucking ate it. And I was like, "God damn!"
Anytime you
And
put
so-
baby in front of it, that ruins it for me. You're like, hey,
and I ate this baby octopus, and it was the worst thing in the history of the world. But I ate it, and
what's veal?
So,
It's baby.
eyeballs aren't that bad.
Oh, is that where we were going? I was very okay. I'm glad we got back there. I was like, the octopus.
I
to the
crunched your
eyeballs.
brain.
Okay.
I crunched your brain.
Well, in the Crow, they went and ate that at that like diner, that like street food diner. They were like chili dogs or something. Remember, it was like
Oh,
Ernie
that
Hudson and
sounds
Sarah?
good. Yeah, hot dogs sound good.
And they were like, it was like street food carts.
Yeah,
like,
they bought the kid a hot dog.
yeah, she's
the
like,
hot
come on,
dog
can we get a
looked,
chili dog or
it looked weird though. It was a weird bun.
But you're
Sucking
right.
on a chill dog outside state freeze.
But I think the Crow left me not. I mean, there's a lot of violence, a lot of things going eyeball. I don't think I'm watching that movie and feeling hungry afterwards. So I'm going Kraft for that one for sure. Kraft mac and cheese. I don't think we're gonna top that.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Is that the joke? Okay. All right. I have no idea how to answer this question.
Yeah, the
Impenetrable.
Kraft makes you want mac and cheese. That's the joke.
Yeah. Kraft cocktails. Now I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. Yep. There you go.
All right. Next.
Don't do octopus, Bobby. Bobby, don't do octopus. It's
Lesson
fucking
here.
disgusting.
This will be
Like,
interesting.
I don't like seafood, period. And then I could feel the tentacles on my gums. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever, it was terrible. Yes, don't do it, Bobby. But I had to do it because Nedrick pulled my man card.
Which movie made you want to wear an onk?
What is an onk? Should I Google it? What's an onk?
It's one of those Egyptian. Looks like a cross, but has a loop on the top.
Oh, okay.
It turns out I misspelled that, and Curtis called me out earlier today.
Are people wearing? Is that a big, or is just?
That's like something
The
you'd
cross
see-
with the loop on, yeah.
with the loop. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
hieroglyphic.
Yeah,
It's-
I got it here.
that's a thing. I'm gonna go get a aluminum onk from
A
Hot Topic
N
Okay.
N K H.
with that Hot Topic that'll rust and
Like
from
which-
my body acid. It'll like rust the chain in like a week, and then
Perfect.
I'll get a rash. I gotta stop wearing it.
Buy it for Jimmy Wednesday and then never wear it again. Got it. I'm going Kraft. I mean, it sounds like witch stuff to me. So
Yeah. Either way, it's like I could have said leather pants or vinyl pants. Fishnet gloves.
yeah, that's great. That'd be good all day.
Which one made you want to listen to Nine Inch
Sock
Nails? Sock hands. Yes, I do deserve that. I don't wear Jinkos either.
Not yet.
But I did have my own T-shirt featured at Hot Topic and my CD sold at Hot Topic. So
Well, there you go.
boom,
Congratulations.
I almost went to it. So I think it's safe to say I know a little bit about carpentry. Yeah, I almost went to Hot Topic to go get makeup today, and then I realized Party Pig's right down the street.
Yeah, you don't make that whole trip to the mall.
Yeah.
Just for some makeup.
I did Amazon.
Nobody even flinched at that. I was like, yeah, I've had a record at
I said,
Hot-
I said congratulations.
Hot Topic.
That was
I think it's safe to say I know a little bit about carpentry.
I was wondering
nothing
that. I
to
was
do-
like,
has
I'm gonna
nothing to
let.
do
I'm.
with
I was like,
anything.
I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I was scared I wasn't smart enough to get it.
No, it
so
was
I
just one of those things like, yeah, I've worked at EA Sports for 6 years. I think it's safe to say I know a little bit about
I-
breakfast. I don't know.
just built my
EA
fucking
breakfast.
wife
Dude, you're
a
breaking the
I-
illusion. You're
I
ruining
built
the
a
illusion.
laundry room for my wife.
Curtis, you've
I
now
built
these
a
people,
whole room.
Curtis.
They know
for
we're not in a
my
theater
wife.
now.
dude, they know we're not in a movie theater now.
At Clint's house, I built a whole room for my wife at Clint's house.
All right.
She can drive.
We're giving that one to the
us.
craft, I guess. The craft is getting the honk.
Crafts get thank you.
Is getting the honk.
Oh yeah, points. We gotta pick
Curtis
that.
in the
A
damn
honk for the
honk.
honk.
Honk for the onk.
Boom.
You put your honk on, and the crow kills you. Good job.
Is that how that works?
Oh, I could have done black hearts. That would have been nice too. But bats, I think.
Fuck.
I
No,
think
bats are
work.
good.
Bats are good.
Look, I'm wearing my
know for
Batman,
next time.
my black Batman shirt.
So
Black on black, baby.
here's a fun one. You ready for this?
Don't sing it, just bring it.
Ah.
Which one is the best Christmas movie?
I'm gonna go The Crow because I am gonna let my children watch The Crow because it is a good fucking story. I don't want them to grow up to be shitty people, so I'm not gonna let them watch The Craft unless they really, really want to.
Wow. I mean, The Crow takes place during Devil's Night, right? It was the night before Halloween.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's a movie called Nightmare Before Christmas that takes place in Halloween Town.
Yeah.
So I'm going Crow because of that. You know, Halloween and Christmas are basically they're right there. You know, we got movies about crossing over. Crow.
A partridge in a pear tree. They don't have a crow in a pear tree.
No, that is a bird.
But it
Ain't
is
got
a
no
bird.
crazy ass, whatever her name was, smile
Feruza
face in her
Balk?
pear
Who's the
tree
boss?
either.
You say her
Yeah,
name.
they don't have a Feruza Balk in a pear tree either.
What do you guys in the chat think? We're talking
It's a
about
tough one.
that's a tough. It is a tough one. And Christmas is about coming together, like a coven.
Yeah,
You know, like
that's yep.
Yeah,
Take it away.
Bobby was like the crow,
Did you watch the fucking movie?
like a coven. They come together, spend time together.
But just like a family, they also fight and have a fallout.
Yes,
just like
exactly.
a family does. You know, nobody's
Nobody's killing people.
yeah, but they're they're getting in arguments. That was just spend too much time with people. It's family. Family's all about fighting.
Yes.
The craft.
That's families do fight, but
There's a whole game
When
show
you-
called Family Feud. It's based on the whole thing. Now we're
but
completely
vengeance
off.
is vengeance.
Christmas is about vengeance. There's a lot about vengeance.
This is my
Yes,
favorite
Christmas
category.
is about vengeance.
The Christmas one is always my favorite category because
Yes, it is.
because like, you know, you can have a played out argument if you're talking about Die Hard, but other than that, it's like how are you gonna sell this one? You know what I mean? Like Christmas, go. It's like how do you
And-
sell this one?
So again, I get a freebie here because Christmas is my birthday as well. So if I'm like, I was born on Christmas, if you don't know, but if I'm like, we're watching the fucking Crow. Sit down and watch the fucking Crow. We're watching it. And they're like, but it's Christmas. I'm like, it's my fucking birthday. I win. So like my kids are like, okay, we're watching the Crow.
Oh, well, this is there one for no point awarded?
Yeah, we do sometimes just do a
We'll do a tie.
We're gonna do a tie on this one because I really don't have a legit
Vengeance is the best present ever. Vengeance is the best present ever. I'm just saying. What vengeance happened in The Craft?
It's hard to argue with any of these.
I was shitty, and then people were shitty to me, and then I got him back for being shitty.
Oh, well, she
Like, the
got
Crow is
something like a gift, like for Christmas.
Vengeance is a gift.
She also got a gift from her mother. She didn't know that her mother was a witch, and then
Oh,
it turned
is that
out
right?
which is more family. This
Find
is a
out terrible secrets about your family. There's nothing more Christmas than that.
yeah. we're gonna call a stalemate on this one and move on to some new shit.
No wings
crap,
awarded.
New stuff. This is an easy one. This is an easy one. It's not even fair. Which made you want to take karate lessons more? It's not even fucking fair.
Yeah, I mean,
The Craft. I mean, The Craft made me want to take karate lessons
those craft
so I could
picks.
fight those witches.
Hey, they can't punch her in the teeth. just quick hint. Punch her in the teeth.
The winner on this is definitely The Crow. There's no
Yeah, that guy's
question
throwing
on that.
knives. He's jumping all over the place. It's the Crow. It's Crow.
The Crow. It's The Crow. I'm not even gonna fuck around. We're going straight to points right
Yeah,
here.
that one's the Crow.
That's The Crow.
I didn't
Does
see
karate work on witches? No, it doesn't.
I see a single high kick.
It
in The
does
Crow.
not.
But I bet if you choke them out, it'll work.
Well, I probably like it. It's not a family show, right? Okay.
Family.
Family. Oh, that's true. That's actually a pretty good point. That's karate, though. We're not talking jiu-jitsu. All right. Moving on.
Karate up.
Well, oh goddamn.
That's ground. That's ground karate.
Ground and pound.
Boom. All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is interesting.
Mel makes a good point. Witches might like being choked.
Just getting there, huh?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything. They do wear chokers. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, jiu-jititsu. We're talking karate. So that's
Yeah.
the whole difference.
which one is the best date movie?
That's tough. It's a tough one. It's a toughie.
So
Curtis
Again.
got it figured out.
It's ready to go.
So,
I'm just saying, as a 45-year-old man watching this movie for the first time, I did not enjoy it. As a 45-year-old, no, my wife's 40, year-old woman watching The Craft, she kind of remembered it. She was like, I think I've seen this movie. She's like, I'm not fucking watching this again. Like she was like, this is stupid. But watching The Crow, she was like, oh shit, like so you come back from the dead to avenge your wife's rape and murder.
Yeah.
You come back from the dead to avenge your wife's rape and murder. And then in the other one, it's like, hey, let's be shitty. You want to be shitty? Yeah, let's be fucking shitty.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to go with the whole John.
So if you're dating a teeny bopper, take them to see The Craft. If you're dating a woman, take them to see The Crow.
I'm with
Like-
I'm with Bobby. Bobby says The Craft. You don't have to pay attention.
Ooh.
Well, good
Bad
point.
I
too.
don't want to be. I don't want to be obsessed. If I'm on a date, I want to pay attention to my date, not the. And do you really want to watch a brother and sister make out and then make out with your date?
Yeah, that gets you more horned up than that. That's a good point because The Craft. It's not the best movie. You lose interest. Guess what? Boom. Now you're chilling. Part of Netflix and chill. You're moving on.
In fact, you don't even have to see the ending of the movie,
no.
even though that's the best part. But
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
because
just
saying,
saying.
I get like the John Wick aspect. You know, the dog dies, dead
Yeah.
wife. Now that's like a sell. Like, yeah, you're married. You're like, look, you should watch this movie with me because look at him taking. But a date, you want him to lose interest within 20 minutes so that you can
So again,
get
But
to the important stuff.
But on the other hand, I like Fairuza Balk. So if I'm watching too intently, like my date might be like, "You like her," you know.
Well,
You could always get into that
It's
trouble.
like, well,
and your date has this like tiny smile. And she's like,
If you only had that,
yeah, and you're like,
those chompers, you know. Ah!
I'm
That's why I wanted to get the makeup so I could be like, ah!
that's the look. You
That's
have to
her,
have
yeah.
it perfect. Stunt double for his ball.
Yeah.
In the studio. I gotta go craft. You want him to lose interest? You know, maybe they'll get jealous.
I'm going craft.
Right.
Yeah,
dude. Like, if you're
we got to
if you're dating a teenage girl, like yes, crap.
Once again, you assume we're gonna get through the whole movie. We're not trying to get through the whole movie. We're just
we're trying to get back to our date.
yeah.
Now,
Trying to.
and I was gonna go look for another crow point, but it looks like Bobby already voted for the craft. So
That's fair enough.
this is getting closer now. We're getting close to a tie.
Oh, this is way too fucking close.
Way too close.
It's getting intense. All right.
Wait, yep, we're getting close to a
Next
tie.
Category is going to be very important.
No, you're not also a teenager. Like these are 30-year-old movies. What teenager are you gonna take to see it? Mel says. Mel says, "Are you also dating a teenager?" No, like hopefully not, because these are like 30 or 40-year-old movies. Like, you know, like no, not that old, but 20 to 30-year-old movies. Like, no, if you're dating a teenager, call the police.
Whoa, I didn't mean to hit that button. Don't do it. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
A spaceship was just starting up.
Yeah,
Oh.
we almost got abducted. All right,
Abducted.
okay. We've only got a couple more, and then we're done with this this fucking crazy thing. Which movie had the better villain?
That's a good one, actually.
It is a good one.
So I guess Fairuza Balk is the villain in the craft, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's the villain.
Okay.
Ultimately, they're all villains, but
Right, but she was the one.
But she's the one that
really-
stays the villain even after the other ones learn their lesson. So she's ultimately the villain, the biggest douche of the bunch.
That guy though, Michael
Damn it.
Wincott was.
Show the
pretty-
score again.
That
Show-
was pretty
show the-
good.
He nailed it. I mean, like, but show the score again. Damn it.
That's a tough one. That is a really tough one because she was way up, but she was really
She was
selling
straight
that
up
crazy.
the villain. You walk into the movie and it's like, that's the villain. Like, and what the God damn it. The only issue with Wayne Scott is that he didn't know Crow existed until halfway through the movie. You know,
That's
he was
true.
like, who's this fucking guy?
Yep, absolutely.
You know, like he was a spectacular. Like I think he did. Like honestly, I think he did a better job than Brandon Lee in the movie. Who's this?
That's the villain.
That's what's her name? The girl with the big smile.
Yeah, that's Fairuza Balk. Look at her go.
Frizzy Balk.
That's the villain
That's
from
the Crow.
freaking Crow, dude.
Oh, then put him on my side.
He's got a
He's
whole
a
thing going on
bastard.
here. It's a
He nailed it.
that's
but
a
that's the
wig.
thing,
See, that guy has the real hair. I
he-
think Antonio's got the wig on.
Here's another picture of him. He's the villain.
What?
The bad guy from the Crow. It's him right there.
Could be brothers. Look at him.
All right. But he didn't like it wasn't he wasn't the big bad throughout the movie and Brugasol what's her name?
Well, that's Veruca Salt now. Veruza Balk. Volcano Girl, that's her name.
Yeah, there you go. Volcano Girl was the big bad throughout the movie. Like you walk into the movie, like even if you came late, like
He
oh
was the
fuck, we
big
got in here
bad.
late.
He was the big bad the whole movie. He just like
But
just,
you didn't know he existed until a good halfway through the movie.
that's not the question. The question's who was the best villain?
He was a better villain. Like he was so honestly, even
Like through and through,
I
he was
told
an evil person.
yes, I told Clint last week before were you watching it? Like I hadn't even seen The Crow in 20 fucking years. I was like, I remember the fucking villain more than I remember Brandon Lee. He did such a great job. Like he was so fucking villainous. But damn it, face against Veruca Salt. Shit.
Well, because it is.
that was Antonio Banderas.
Banderas.
Antonio Banderas.
I got first of all, did it great, but it was more of a falling from grace, I guess. She was at one point, she became a villain. I think the guy from The Crow, through and through, the entire movie he was just a bad guy. He was a bad dude. I gotta go Crow. I'm going Crow.
Nailed it. He just
I'll
nailed
back that. We're gonna give that one to Crow.
That was a chance,
He
Kraft.
just-
That was one you needed.
It was. I feel like the Crow doesn't. It's not fair because they have the late actor thing going that immortalizes them. So you kind of have to vote for them.
But that's true. But honestly, that's what I mean. I was trying to give Veruca Salt her due, but he was just honestly I remembered him more from the original viewing. Like he was just such a good villain, and I don't know why he hadn't been in more stuff. I really don't.
Maybe he has. He's just such a great character actor.
I'm sure he has. Yeah,
He has been. He has been in a lot of stuff. He usually has short hair. In fact,
fuck short hair.
Let's take a look. Yeah, he's like right
see what TV shows he's been in.
Anthony Wayne's got time. It's Anthony Wayne's
I don't know any of these shows.
24.
24 is a good one. Let's see what movies he's been in.
He was in 20.
He was in The Crow.
He was in Alien Resurrection.
Well,
yeah.
The Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, he was the sheriff. No, he was. But he was the. He's like
no,
why,
the sheriff's.
He was like, why a spoon, cousin? He's
No,
like,
the
"Cousin,
sheriff
oh,
is
boy,
That guy. That guy.
Yeah, he was great. He was great in Robin Hood.
He was in
Prince of
Metro, Three Musketeers, Alien Resurrection, Forsaken.
It'll hurt more, you twit.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Oh, this guy is
The Doors, Strange Days.
He's got a career.
Yeah, he's been around the world a couple times.
Good for him.
Did you just say he was in The Crow?
He was also in The Crow. It looks like
Pretty prominent part. He was in Ghost in the Shell. Wow.
Ghost in the Shell, Curtains.
Born on the 4th of July. This guy, who's doing? He's working.
I mean, yeah, I know, but he did. To me, he did such a great job.
Yeah.
He was in Panther, which reminds me of Pantera. Curtis.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite movie, Panther, 1995.
All right. We got two more. We're gonna do these quick.
All right, let's go. Let's knock them out.
Let's knock them out. Which one deserves a sequel more?
Well, they both had sequels.
Which one deserves the sequel?
Good. So,
Now I think they both wrapped up their story. If another one was never made for either one of them, I feel like kind of got it done.
I don't think either one of these deserves. Well, no, I take that back.
I mean, he got everything he needed to accomplish in the first Crow, right?
No, but the idea of the Crow bringing the soul back to anybody that's been injustice, I think, is a cool idea, and you can get away from. You don't have to be.
Was that a sequel or is that like an anthology?
Either way, it's a
No,
sequel.
that's the sequel.
It's a
The
sequel.
Crow is the main character. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Okay,
bird, the
okay.
bird,
Right,
the crow
the
is
crow.
actually the character.
Yeah.
So this isn't about Eric Draven. This is about the crow.
The crow.
So I like the idea of the crow bringing the soul back to all kinds of people that have been injustice. It could be about anything. It could be about a guy that got arrested in the 60s for having a joint and got thrown in prison for 30 years for having a joint
right.
and then died in prison. And it's so stupid because now pot's legal half the places. So the crow comes back, and then this guy comes back from the dead and kills the judge.
It goes from smoking a joint
While
to
he's
being in the joint.
Yes, while he's smoking a blunt, he gets to take out all these fucking douchebags. I don't know. I'm just saying, any situation that like,
He's
yes,
back and he's gonna be
Right,
blood
this guy went to Brakes Plus and got overcharged for new rotors, and then he got in a car wreck because they didn't work, and next thing you know, he gets killed because they overcharged him
Sign me up.
and didn't give him the proper brake pads. Next thing you know, his soul gets brought back by the crow, and he
Okay.
comes
Boom.
back
I'm
to
listening.
get vengeance against the Brakes place.
Is he going all the way to like corporate office?
I mean,
Is we gonna do like the raid?
Fuck
So he gets like all
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yes,
like the
dude,
CEO's office of the
yes,
top, all
this
the way to the
movie.
top.
Exactly. The movie's writing itself right now. This
Sign
is
me up.
incredible. It's
But I wanna
incredible.
buy
And all
my
the
ticket
nerds
right
are like,
now.
no, you can't. No, this is break bless. No.
Yeah. And
And the CEO's like, you stop that man from. How dare he think he? Yeah.
and here's
corrupt corporate. I love it.
you ready for this?
Ready.
You ready for this? Curtis?
Yeah.
The sequel to The Craft is
Uh-huh.
Robin Tunney, Sarah Bailey's character is now in her 40s and has a high school daughter who ends up inheriting the power and goes through the exact same shit, and then eventually confides in her mom, and her mom said, I didn't want to tell you till you're old enough. You're a witch. You inherited the power from me. I inherited it from your grandmother, who I never met. And
Is that really the movie? Is that really?
and then she's gonna help her daughter because her daughter's been running around with some other little witchlings, and they unlocked some kind of super bad power that was more for them to handle, more than they could handle, and she's dealt with this before when she was young, so she's going to help her daughter get out of this situation. No, I'm just telling you that's exactly what the sequel to The Craft would be. It would be
I think that's how the sequel. I think that's.
I just wrote it. Like if
Yeah,
that's what it would be if
Pull up
that
the
happened.
synopsis for the sequel. I'm pretty sure it's the
There is
exact-
no sequel to The
There
Craft.
is.
Oh, I don't know.
There's called
There
Craft
is.
Legacy.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you nailed. I think it's
That's the only way to do it.
I think it's called the Craft Legacy. I believe.
Now
Yeah.
we gotta.
Yeah, 2020.
Okay. Let's read the synopsis and see
pretty sure you just-
see if I missed my calling as a screenwriter. An eclectic foursome of aspiring teenage witches get more than they bargain for as they lean into their newfound powers. No, that's a reboot of the same story. It looks like. It looks like they just tried to do the same story.
Adapted from the Craft. So okay, then why not just call it the Craft? What are you doing, Craft Legacy? And what's David Duchovny doing in it?
Yeah. But if you were going to do a sequel for The Craft, that's how you do it.
Is Fruza Balk in the sequel?
What? Is Fruza Balk like work in the hold on a second here.
It just Fruza Bulk work in the what? Wherever they allow
in the
her to
shop.
work.
In the shop. Hold on.
Oh, she's like
She has a bad Spanish accent.
the Craft. I don't think.
You
The
need a
Craft-
crazy lady. I'm in.
This is
Fruza
getting
Balk.
intense, dude.
There's a deep dive right now.
The Craft. Come on, man. I'm stuck on images. I mean, I'm not mad at the images.
I'm not mad at anything.
Okay, Nancy Downs,
Right.
and she's still playing Nancy Downs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Craft Legacy. Look at that. Didn't she like die in the?
Maybe,
one?
but can she die if she's? Oh, even Tabby is wait. No, it's a different girl. Same haircut. Bad. Let's see here. Yeah.
It looks like she reprised the role. So, did it deserve it? Absolutely not, though. The Crow is the answer here. So,
And what does she look like in? Is she still crazy?
I mean-
Does she come back? I don't know. We'll see.
tune in
We'll
next week.
we'll All right. So, I think
So-
the obvious on that one
They both
is
have sequels.
no. The mine is the bad sequel that they would make. The Crow could
They
be.
did make the bad sequel, and they did make the bad sequel for The Crow. That's my point. Which one deserves a good sequel?
The Crow.
The Crow.
The
Yeah.
Crow, because
The Crow.
you could make a good sequel
Because
for
the
that.
Crow's the character. You guys made that
Yeah.
was a good point there.
Yeah.
Eric Draven, Eric Raven,
Yeah.
The Crow. Uh-oh.
Eric.
Snappity dab.
What does that even mean?
Some sort of rodent.
I see. All right, dude. The Craft is getting their ass kicked.
Yeah. The Craft, you did your best. You really tried.
We got one.
Let's do an all-male reboot of The Craft. Let's flip the script on them. You know, like they did with Ghostbusters. Like, mix it up. Bunch of dudes instead. We'll call it the Warlocks or something, maybe.
Yeah. Dude, we need to do Warlock versus something.
Warlocks. good
I've
one.
never seen Warlock. I don't even know what that is.
It's trash. It's what it
How about
is. but it's
Wishmaster?
amazing.
Let's do Wishmaster versus the
Warlock
Prophecy.
versus Witch Backmaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the last. Oh, hold on. Let's see the chat. We gotta talk to the chat here. Make sure. The Crow only works on Halloween. Kyle Rittenhouse victims. Oh, bummer.
Whoops.
Yikes. Wizards. Just got heavy in here. Okay. If you're on a flight and you can only watch one movie, what's gonna be the one movie?
Oh, man. Am I trying to sleep during the flight, or am I
It's
trying...
what do you want to do? If
How
you gotta,
long is the
if,
flight?
If you gotta fly to LA and you only have time for one of those two movies, what movie is it gonna be?
It's The Crow all day for me.
Yeah.
Especially since LA, it takes place in LA. Get my mindset right, you know. Make sure you're going to those bars, all those people laughing it up with their guns and they're, you know, fire it up, fire it up. Exactly. Well, better like, you know, win in Rome, you know. So.
Look at this knife! Fucking weirdos.
Yeah,
Weird
California.
hooligans.
So-
I'm never going to the DC universe. People don't behave like that in Marvel universe. Like they only do that in DC.
They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They're like weird, stupid Joker goons that just like
Yeah.
they put a cigarette out in their eye and then look at their friend and be like, and I'm like, no, dude, that's dumb. Like, don't do that. That's not okay.
And so here's the deal. So if somebody's like watching all plane flight, they're like, I'm gonna steal a guy's wallet. I'm still like, I'm gonna jack that guy. So you watch The Crow or you watch The Craft?
Dude,
Is he gonna jack your wallet or not?
I don't know if he sees Faruza Balk. I wouldn't jack her wallet.
If someone leans over during a flight and looks at what you're watching, what are you going to be more worried about them seeing, The Crow or The Craft? You know, like they're like, what's this guy watching? You know?
Yeah, if I'm a 45-year-old man watching a bunch of high school girls in public, that's weird.
They're like, what is this guy doing? I was putting on Mean Girls. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh,
Air Marshal,
Really?
Air Marshal.
there was somebody. You know who it was? It was a girl. I can't even think of her name. Hold on, we got
Veruca Salt.
Veruca Salt. Hold on.
So, I mean, we don't need to be like careful now. These girls are our age now. Like they're like, it's
That's
not
not how
like,
that works. You look at a
like-
picture of them when they're 14. You're like, don't worry, she's my
Yeah.
age now.
I think it was. I think it was
But I'm
Amanda.
just saying, like, it's like, you know, it's not like it's being creepy. Like we
If
saw
you're-
them when we were like 7 or well.
Yeah, but you're
some
still
of you-
watching them when they were like 17.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
like Amanda Seyfried,
yeah.
Is that how you say her name? She for Mean Girls, she recently said that I guess there's a cult following of like 40-something men that love Mean Girls, and she was like, "Yeah, y'all are fucking creepy. Like all these old middle-aged guys that are coming at me and that are super fans of that movie. That's really creepy." And I
Hey,
think
guess what? Guess what? Time marches on. Sorry, sorry for the existence of time, but like,
Time
like
marches
that's the
on.
way it
she's
goes.
36, by the way.
So that movie came out what? So she
Well,
was
good for
probably
her.
like 16 when that came out.
I
right?
don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see
That's fucking gross. Yeah.
what movie did.
Yeah, you
what-
can't be looking at a picture of a 15-year-old and be like, "It's okay."
that came out in 2004, so that's 18 years ago.
No, but if you're 15 and looking at a 15-year-old,
So
like that's
36.
okay. Like
36. That's
I'm pretty sure it's
16. So she was 18.
18. You're 18.
Yeah. She was 18. It's still creepy if you're like, "Hey, I really like your movie. You're really hot and when you're in Mean Girls."
well, yeah, but what I'm saying is
that's like
that's
Just keep
not-
it to yourself.
Okay.
that's,
way
Any-
completely
any gentleman out
misconstrue
there.
my point.
that
but-
reminds me of California, the movie with David Duchovny and Juliette Lewis. There's a scene where she's kind of like redneck chick, and she goes, "I like your hair because it's short." And that was a line. It was weird.
That's a
If you're
beautiful
like-
reading of it.
Yeah. I like I really liked you in Mean Girls. With the grunt. Yeah, that's just creepy and gross. But that gets us to a winner.
I did it.
That did it.
The Crow.
We've got a winner.
Good work, Crow. Oh, no.
Dropping shit.
Everything all good? Empty. That's perfect.
But now we're
says
back.
It says on the air in the
There's a
broadcast.
20-second lag. Trust me.
We're
So-
back.
We're back. So, guys, for those of you who missed it, the winner is, whoa,
The Crow.
The Crow, 4-7.
It's. I feel like it looks a lot closer than it was. I think.
Yeah, it really, The Crow dominated. So, guys,
Quick point. Quick point.
Absolutely.
Sting, the wrestler, who I tried terribly to model my face paint act after.
I see it. I see
yeah,
it.
you look good, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You pulled the sweaty part off very well. This thing was always very sweaty.
Thank you. Modeled after the Crow. Nobody modeled anything after the Craft. Who modeled anything after the Craft?
My taste in women, I modeled completely after
Yeah,
the crap.
absolutely. Yes, he is. Yeah, I accidentally cut the stream off. My apologies. Oh, we got 6 people back. Maybe it just hopped right back on. That's
Skirt,
weird.
skirt.
That's
Ski,
real
ski.
weird.
Ulrich.
All right.
Well,
Well-
thanks for tuning in, everybody. I guess. Is
Yeah,
that-
it's
is that what we're
exactly
doing?
it's exactly what we're getting to, guys. It was a good time. We did 90s Goth Week. We've been talking about it. We had The Crow versus The Craft, and the winner was The Crow. So, again, this doesn't mean any movie's better than any other movie. We have a bunch of bullshit questions up, and it's good conversation, and that's the point, is to gather here, talk to you guys in the chat, talk to each other. I think next week what we're going to do is the remake of Carrie and the remake of Firestarter. Let's just call it now. That's what we're going to do. There was a remake with the girl that's from
Kick-Ass.
from
Chloe-
Kick-Ass.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
yes,
She played the new Carrie, right?
she played the new Carrie.
Yes.
And then the new Firestarter just came out last week, but it is available for streaming on Peacock. They did a day and date release, which is why it's performing poorly in the theaters
Also-
because it's streaming for free on Peacock. So
also,
you,
it's probably because it's terrible. That's
also I
probably
heard
why.
it's a garbage movie, but you know
Heard it sucks. So yeah.
But
yeah.
Zac Efron says something to look at the whole time.
Exact-
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So well, next week that's what we're doing. We're doing remake of Firestarter versus remake of Carrie. Should be fun. And then we will
Should have just called it roast beef. You know what I'm saying?
and this week we will figure out what we're going to do for the following week. And you know what we will be doing? We'll be getting ready for Obi-Wan
Woo!
and Top Gun. That's what we're going to do. So we're out of here, guys. The chat, love you guys. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you always coming in and tuning in and getting with us every weekend or every Friday. Curtis, thank you for putting that makeup on. And Michael, thank you for hanging out, dude.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate
and,
it.
Adding some levity and commentary and making this fun. And guys,
Blessed.
make sure you subscribe. And we're going to see you guys next week.
Bye,
So-
everybody. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, laggy computer
Dog.
and Chloe.